안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everybody. In this video, I will be putting Duolingo against Rocket Korean. They both have their upsides, they both have their downsides. So, first of all, let me give you price points. Duolingo is free. Rocket Korean is $60 when it's on sale, and like 100 and something, 120, maybe 130 when it's not on sale. Yeah. Duolingo, let's start off with the cons. Some cons is like the way they go, like the way they introduce things don't make no sense. First, they start with like the Hangul, the alphabet and everything. But then they go into like some weird stuff. And then they talk about loan words. But I'm like, it's better to know about like sentence structures and how to write sentences before you go into loan words. Like, the thing I don't like about Duolingo is they just introduce words. They rarely introduce like sentences, and for Asian languages, you need to learn sentences more than you need to learn words. So that's the first thing I really don't like about Duolingo. The second thing I really don't like about Duolingo is, well, there's a lot. It's the person, the you have to. It's hard for me to explain. So when you are on Duolingo, the user interface is fine. That's not what I'm complaining about. What I'm complaining about is when they switch from male to female, sometimes the voice is deep and it's hard for you because like you have to listen and then repeat, and sometimes you listen to a sentence and then you can't figure out like the way it goes because they don't introduce how sentences work, because it's usually subject, um object, no, it's not subject. Yeah, it's subject, object, verb. And so when I was using Duolingo, I really didn't like it because it didn't really help very much for me because I was already at a level where I didn't need like the basics. So yeah, but y'all didn't need to know about that. So those were like the two main things I really didn't like, and then I'm gonna list like the two things I really like about it. The first thing I really like about it is they give you a wide variety of vocabulary. Yeah, they give you a wide variety of vocabulary. Some of the vocabulary is outdated, but most of it is very useful. The second main thing I like about Duolingo is it's free. It's free. You can download and try it. You don't have to pay nothing. It's it's decent. It's not the best, but it's decent. It works. And now, let me talk about Rocket Korean. There's a lot I don't like about Rocket Korean. Let me start off with the positives. The positives about Rocket Korean is they focus on getting you speaking faster, which I like. That's like the first plus. The the second plus is the voice recognition. I really like how they have the technology so when you speak, they can tell you, "Oh, you messed up here, you messed up there. You should probably pronounce this correctly next time." I really like that. And thirdly, I really like Rocket Korean because it has well, I mean, it's a white lady who made it, but she has native Korean speakers who are the actual people in the conversations. So those are like the couple things I really like about Rocket Korean. Now let me get to talking about what I do not like about Rocket Korean. Firstly, I do not like Rocket Korean because it is in the original verb form from the dictionary. So if you look in the dictionary, you have hada verbs, you have regular verbs, regular verbs, irregular verbs, and all that kind of stuff. But every verb ends in the da or ta form. It depends on the way you pronounce it. My issue with that is if you're talking to someone and want to have an actual conversation with them, it's hard when you're talking to someone and you are sounding like a textbook. Like, I don't like it because it makes you sound like you a textbook. But for people who can conjugate verbs, Rocket Korean is pretty helpful. For those who can't, it's a hit or miss. I really, really, really do not like, this is the thing that grinds my bones, is I don't like it when someone is, I mean, the lady Kelly or whatever her name is probably Kelly, but I mean, whenever I hear, cuz like they have audio lessons, whenever I hear it, it's like the first thing that comes on is like a woo, woo, woo sound, and like a forest and flutes playing, and it's confusing. And then they have the like introduction, and they're like ososeo and everything like that, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but like I'd rather just hear where they're talking to each other so I can see their conversational dialogue. That really just, I didn't like that intro. That intro just bugged me. I didn't like it. And yeah. So, in my opinion, financially wise, I would choose Duolingo because it is free. For like, if you already know like a little bit of Korean, then I would go to Duolingo. If you know no Korean and you're only trying to speak to people and you're not trying to actually learn any like written Korean at all, then I would stick to Rocket Korean. In my personal opinion, I have both, and I prefer Duolingo more because, first of all, Duolingo's free, and there's less things I hate about Duolingo, and there's a lot more things I dislike about Rocket Korean. Like, it's made for people who don't know any Korean at all, and it's just like, it's just so bad. But I mean, they're improving it, so we'll see. But I really do not like how every verb is in the original form, because when you're like, oh, I'm going to eat, or oh, I'm going to sleep, or oh, did you eat, it's not conjugated and it sounds like a textbook. If I sounded like this, I am going to eat food today. I'm going to eat all the food today. If I sounded like that, y'all would have clicked off my video a long time ago. I'm saying, if you want to sound like a native speaker, I honestly wouldn't choose either of these. I have a video that I have made talking about what I would recommend you to use if you are starting out learning Korean and you want to get as much comprehension as fast as possible free while listening, then I have a video about that. If you like this video, if you enjoyed what I said over the past 10.5 minutes, then give this video a like, subscribe if you like this content, turn on the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I post, and have a good one.